Welcome back to Chaos Corner. It's your old buddy, the guardian of chaos, Big Daddy. And I tell it like it is. I'll say that to say this, coming to you from the Executive Lounge here at Chaos headquarters. Follow me on all social media platforms. Here on the Guardian of Chaos YouTube channel. On Twitter, it's at Big Daddy GOC, and the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos. On Instagram, it's the Guardian of Chaos. On Facebook, there's 2 accounts to follow me on. Jay Brony, yeah, that's right, Jay Brony, and Prodigio Fidelis El Guardian. That's the Guardian of Chaos in Latin. Also, on Gitter, Gab, Rumble, Parler, Truth Social. I cover it all in the IWC, whether it's the podcast, the reality show, reality TV, pro wrestling, sports entertainment. That's what you get here in Chaos Corner. Listen, there's no editing, there's no edit button, there's no green screen, there's no graphics. What you see is what you get here. It's one man, no bullshit, and I tell it like it is. I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of everything I cover, from the reality of life to the world of sports, pro wrestling, and sports entertainment. I cover the WWE, AEW, the NWA, Impact, Ring of Honor, MLW. The list goes on and on. If it's out there in the world of sports entertainment and pro wrestling, the GOC covers it. There's over 1,000 videos here on the channel. Everything from the retro reviews from all the companies to live current product, present day 2022. So that's what you get here. What we're going to do here today, first off, a cheers. And listen, it's early. It gives me wings, man. Bally-ho to the dome. Fans, thanks for being here. Subscribe on all the channels. I want you to leave a comment. Hit the bell. Stay here. Sit back. Reflect. This is pure reality, pure enjoyment, and this is for your stress reliever as for me. There's a lot going on in this world. There's wars, rumors of wars, biblical prophecy, Planet X, the environment, racial division, supply chains, the economy, inflation. Is it going to get any better? It doesn't matter, because if you have our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, that's all you need. Walk in faith, not in fear. Be positive. Stay to your family, close-minded, like-minded people. Be an independent, critical thinker. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. Be aware of your surroundings. That's the best that I can tell you. And be positive. Because if you have faith, that's what wins. If you believe, that's what wins. Pray to the big man, and that'll be my PSA for this segment here on the Guardian of Chaos on YouTube. I was down in the bunker. Different people have given me different things and have coming back with all this stuff from the website from well over 20 years ago. So we're going to check it out. We're going to give you actual dates and times and talent and areas, and I think we'll have a lot of fun. We found a lot of stuff here on the Big Daddy official website. Members.zoom. Back then it was something, the official website of Big Daddy, and that's me. It's me. So this is what we're looking at. This is what we're going to cover today. We'll have a lot of fun with it. We just put up a premiere of a 25-minute segment. We won't keep it too long. Enjoy the atmosphere. Grab your beverage. Grab a snack. This is what we do. We're pushing out content, entertainment, all of the above, to keep all of us with some sort of distraction on what's going on here in the craziness. Yeah, I get it. I know, right? Looking pretty damn good, GOC. Well, what'd I say? All right, fans, here we go. We're going to flash back to the year 2000, over 20 years ago, and we'll give you some news and notes, and we'll have some fun with this, and we'll give you a little history, brief history of the Guardian of Chaos. And this is why you're here. And we'll be back on Wednesday for the AEW Dynamite live to tape watch along. I'll be moderating tonight, Monday, and tomorrow night, Tuesday, on Chi-Town Smart with my boy Jesse on YouTube. You can always catch up with me on Off the Script and JD. I'm always in the chat room over there. My good buddy, the Professor Rick Del Santo over at the PWZ podcast. And, of course, all the other regular guys that I listen to and research my information. But come here to the channel. We're coming up on, I think we have 300 subscribers. We're trying to grow. It's in its infancy. I came onto YouTube in 2017. I didn't start really actively putting stuff up until about 2019, and that was sparingly. But since 2020, these last 2 years, we have been flourishing and putting out content more than any other channel out there. There's a lot of competition. I get it. A lot of people. I'm not trying to compete with anyone. I'm just trying to have fun and put it out there to you guys. I don't ask for money. I'm not on a paywall. I'm not asking you for donations. I'm not here to make money, push anything, peddle anything, ask for anything. What you see is what you get. Reality. I don't know where the camera is. All right, so here we go. We're going to flash back to a pretty famous place back in the day, coming to you live from the Constitution State. We're a stone's throw from Beantown to the north, or from the city to the south. So I don't know what that says. In the shadows of Titan Towers. Paulie G's Cafe, located here in the Constitution State. We're going back 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, May 30th, 2000. I'll show it to you so you know what's going on here. We're going to go through news and notes as my website. People back then followed me around with a camera and a notebook, and they reported on everything with everyone that I was traveling with. So here's, just so you see what's actually going on here. You could read it, see what it is, know that I'm not full of shit. And every time I swear, you know that I have to put this up on I have to put money in the tip jar for my granddaughter. So I just want you guys to know, if you could see the dates in here, what the heck is going on, how long ago this actually was, if you could see that. It was printed out, again, found in the bunker. Yeah, I get it. I know. Check it out. Yeah, I got good nails. I know. A lot of calcium. So just to show you what's going on here, just stick with me. 2000, May, January, February, March, April, May 2000. Big Daddy was on hand to present an 8x10 autographed frame photo and official Big Daddy jersey to owner Paul Garea, son of the WWF great and current WWF agent Tony Garea. Will be placed on the Wall of Fame at Paulie G's Cafe, home of the WWF SmackDown Brawl, which was taped on May 9th, 2000 at Paulie G's and aired on May 11th, 2000. It really was an unbelievable scene. On the U from the WWF SmackDown show, the brawl that involved the Big Boss Man, Bull Buchanan, and the Acolytes there at Paulie G's. The brawl involved Big Boss Man, Bull Buchanan, the Acolytes. I just said that. I know. I'm repeating myself. The Wall of Fame also includes autographed photos from such superstars as The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Ken Shamrock, Vader, Paul Bearer, and many others. And then, of course, yours truly was on the Wall of Fame there at Paulie G's. If you go back to 2000, again, the May 11th SmackDown edition, you'll see the brawl that was there at Paulie G's with the aforementioned Boss Man and the Acolytes. And that was something. That's when the Acolytes, Ron Simmons and JBL Bradshaw were going around to the different bars. I know they did one up in Providence, too. All over the place. So that was pretty impressive back then. Well, it was a lot of fun. So check it out. Go back to that episode. Here we go. March 30th, 2000. The Jerry Bringer. I meant to say Jerry Springer. But you know what Bully Ray said to me probably around this same time, 18, 20 years ago? When Bully Ray and Devon were the NWA Tag Team Champions. I was managing the Outcast Killers, Oman Tortuga and Diablo Santiago. We were in a series of tables matches. That's right. Get the table! Against the Dudleys for the NWA World Tag Team title. Now, remember, during those matches, all kidding and joking aside, Bully Bubba had said in front of the locker room, and I consider this to be a compliment. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He said, he said it was a lot of fun. You did great. And, Devon and Bubba had pulled me in the hard way from the outside to the inside on the apron. Head over heels, landed on my shoulder. Got up and Bully Ray did the old Dusty Rhodes. Bang, 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 boom. Brrr, grabbed the crotch, boom, elbow. Then the big body slam. And then the what's up from Devon from the top rope. But after the boom, 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 he took my glasses off, my Oakleys, the traditional Chaos shades. and then I bumped on the elbow. It's a 300-pound Dudley boy gave me the elbow. Why? So I missed the body slam, but I still took the what's up, and then, was floundering around the ring. Not one of my highest moments. So we get back into the dressing room. I'm recovering, and Bully Ray says, give the Guardian of Chaos 6 spots, and he'll fuck up 5 of them. I consider that a compliment, considering now he's on Sirius XM, Busted Open Radio with LaGreca, Mark Henry, Tommy Dreamer. It's been on for 13 years with LaGreca now, the #1 rated show on Sirius XM. Bully Ray's a 2-time Hall of Famer, TNA, WWE, perhaps one of the greatest tag team wrestlers and tag teams of all time. I'll take that as a compliment. Don't get me worked up here. Please, Chaos Corner, it's early here. I'm going back in history. Stand by. Entertainment. This is what you get. We want no copyrights here. No copyright strikes. We're here. A little Dr. Disrespect. We're chilling. Big props. This is what you get here. Let's go back to the Jerry Springer show before I went off on that rant. The Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy, on the infamous Jerry Springer show was rebroadcast on national TV with former WWF champion, the Iron Sheik. Pitbull #2, Anthony, and WCW female wrestler Little Jeannie, a.k.a. Sweet Destiny. Big Daddy was seen chasing a Springer guest through the NBC studios out into the mean streets of Chicago with head of security Steve from the Springer show. The former Chicago policeman was no match for the 300-pound madman from the East Coast. Yours truly, but I'm 2 1/4 now, right? You get it, right? Ballyho to the dome. I think I said that already. Let's move on here, fans. Good stuff reporting. My guys did a great job back then for the site. Here we are in Melrose and Gardner, Massachusetts. March of 2000 for the World Wrestling Alliance. The Sparta Brothers. I believe Freddie worked for the WWF. The Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy, made his WWA debut on consecutive nights. The most notorious manager in the business expanded his stable to the stars by leading the #1 tag team contenders in the WWA, the Wrecking Crew, against the Garibaldi brothers. Daddy did his usual dirty work at ringside, giving the Wrecking Crew the victory, only to have WWA Commissioner, the legendary Killer Kowalski, reverse the ref's decision. Daddy and the Killer squared off, with the Guardian of Chaos getting a boot to the midsection and a double axe handle to the back by the legendary Killer Kowalski. Big Daddy was also in the corner of crippler Kevin Landry, as seen in the WWF on Jacked and Metal against Mike Steele. Kelly and the GOC overwhelmed Steele with a massive one, getting the clean pin. In a battle of 2 of the most muscular grapplers in the industry, Kevin Landry, a.k.a. Crippler Kevin Kelly, with Big Daddy, took on Jackmaster John Diamond. Also in my stable to the stars back then, my good friend, the Jackmaster. Big Daddy was, obviously, manager to both of these men at the time. Big Daddy was clearly out of his mind when both Kelly and Diamond agreed to match up. He actually begged his 2 titans not to do this. Both warriors pushed the big man over the top rope and out of the ring. It was truly a classic bout, with both men exchanging maneuvers and crunching power moves. Neither Diamond nor Kelly seemed to gain control. With Kelly standing over the Jackmaster, a mystery woman showed up in defense of Diamond. Big Daddy attempted to grab her by the hair to stop the interference, rolled her into the ring. Kelly, both men left Diamond and turned their attention to the woman, bad-mouthing and berating her, then pushing her down to the canvas. Landry was vicious back then. Daddy and Kelly turned their attention back to Diamond, and for some reason they both stared and put the boots to him, raising their arms in victory. At that point, the mystery woman crawled up behind Crippler and the GOC and double nut shot at us. Both men and Daddy, me, of course, as I talk in the third person, stumbled out of the ring, and Diamond rolled up a stunned Kevin Landry for the upset and the win. What does this mean for Big Daddy and his future with the Jackmaster? Also appearing in the main event on both shows and seen negotiating with the Guardian of Chaos later on. I would manage him. The second Undertaker, the man from the dark side, primetime Brian Lee, also known as Chains, and from the Cycles of Apocalypse, the DOA, and the second Undertaker, as I just said, from the WWF. Now, you guys know I'm reading this, right? You know, it's right here. So stick with me. It's reality TV. It's reality show. It's my history. I got to put out content. Also, WWF competitor Mike Hollow, Doink the Hardcore Clown, Luis Ortiz, Slick Wagner Brown, the Hardcore Hippie, Jason Rage, a.k.a. Jason Rumble, and Trey the Smooth Operator. March 20th, 2000, CNN, unfortunately. It's a little bit better back then. The Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy, once again invaded national TV on the CNN all-cable news network channel. The Turner-owned 24-hour news network was showing a special on outrageous clips, including Big Daddy's national TV publicity debut on the infamous Jerry Springer Show, which also led to the show on E! Entertainment Television, Talk Soup, for Clip of the Weekend and Clip of the Week. Who knew, right? The Millennium Theater on March of 2000. In the main event, Big Daddy and the MWA Tag Team Champions from WCW, the Power Company, faced their toughest challenge to date against ECW stars Tony DeVito, the Baldies, Tony DeVito, Jason from the Impact Players, and Mad Dog Mike Bell. Rest in peace, Mike. During the three-way MWA heavyweight title bout between Kevin Landry, Hardcore Hippie, and Lips Lipinski, DeVito, Jason, and Mad Dog rushed the ring, cleaning house and all, and then destroyed the MWA security using Jason's infamous Singapore cane. The ring area was cleared. DeVito called out the tag champs, stating he wanted to settle their long-standing feud. Big Daddy suddenly appeared. Yes, I'm talking in the third person because it was my website. It was reported by my guys. Big Daddy suddenly appeared in the entrance and mocked Jason by posing, at which point he stated that his champs would out-extreme and out-wrestle the ECW stars. The Guardian of Chaos also stated, "You want the Power Company? You got him." I turned my back. It says he turned his back. I'm trying to relay this to you. To the entrance, all eyes and the cameras were focused on stage. As the smoke covered the stage, lights flashing and the music pumping, the twins came out of nowhere from behind the ring and assaulted. The assault was on. Big Daddy bolted into the fray to a waiting Jason Knight, who swung a Singapore cane at the head of Big Daddy, who ducked. I was nimble as a minx. This is on video. This is on the channel. I booted Jason in the abs, grabbed the cane, swung at Jason, who ducked, and then I attempted to do a Sabat kick. He did an insecurity to Daddy's large ab area, and the GOC blocked it, only to be leveled by a roundhouse kick from the Impact Player to the side of the bald cranium. Yeah, I get it. I know. I'm as confused as a baby at Hooters. I understand that, but I am busier than a blow-up doll at a frat party. I'm trying to read this to you. This was a lot of fun back then. Big Daddy and the champ staggered back to the locker room while the crowd chanted ECW, 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 because we did get the win. But unfortunately, DeVito and Mad Dog grabbed two metal folding chairs, and Jason, with the cane in hand, stood behind the three behemoths. One of them was me. When we turned around, they were leveled and left bloodied by their extreme opponents. Jason set up a near unconscious Big Daddy and proceeded to cane him in the family jewels. That's my nutcracker. I was singing soprano. Here we go, WBLQ 88.1 FM on Chair Shots Radio. Big Daddy rocked the airwaves and the FCC on a live broadcast as a special guest on New England's top-rated wrestling radio show, Chair Shots, with, as we said before, Fusaro and Hot Rod Siciliano. The Guardian of Chaos talked about his current and past family of superstars, which include, and we know all the names, everyone from WWF Superstar, Too Cool member Rikishi, the Baldies, DeVito, Primo Carnera, Yokozuna, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. We go on and on and on. The Iron Sheik, the Pitbull #2, Jerry Springer, Big Daddy Clothing Company in Malvern, Pennsylvania. Chair Shots with special guests, and also coming up was Playboy centerfold, the former Sable, Rena Mero from the WWF. Rena Mero, who's now Lesnar, Sable Lesnar, right? Here we go. Danbury, Connecticut, ECW Living Dangerously. The Guardian of Chaos. This is James, right? No, wait. That was, let me see, March of 2000. The Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy, and his head assistant were seen at Living Dangerously at the sold-out Extreme pay-per-view. Big Daddy was recognized by many of the local fans who talked to and took photographs with Big Daddy, who was seen backstage talking with Tony DeVito, reminiscing with Big Sal E. Graziano of the FBI, and negotiating with the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Is the Guardian of Chaos headed south for the WCW? Why I try anymore. Here we go. Pittsfield, Massachusetts, May 11th, 2000. March 11th, 2000. I'll say that to say this. Over 1,000 fans witnessed an action-packed night of pro wrestling. The main event saw ECW star Tony DeVito of the Baldies team up with 7-foot giant Primo Carnera and the Guardian of Chaos Big Daddy against Mr. No Gimmicks Needed Chris Candido with Tammy Lynn Sitch, a.k.a. Sunny. And you know what's going on with Tammy Lynn, a.k.a. Sunny, right now. Very unfortunate. Lady destroyed her life. And it really is too bad because back then she was nothing but class. Chris Candido, Tammy Lynn, Sunny, they were nothing but great to me. It's unfortunate. Chris has passed, God rest his soul. And what Tammy Lynn, Sitch, and Sunny is up to now and facing a long stretch and even took someone's life. And all I can say is God bless, Godspeed, and prayers out to everyone involved in that. And they teamed up with my good buddy, Jackmaster John Diamond, in a tag team war. Again, this is back in 2000, over 22 years ago. The bout started off with Big Daddy up in Tammy Lynn's face, laying the bad mouth on the former WWF beauty, who responded with a vicious bitch slap. Which side? I think it was on this side of my face back then. Yes, I bumped for Sunny. So have a lot of people, no pun intended. Surprisingly sent him reeling. The action spilled outside where all four men traded chair shots, railing whips, with Diamond laying out Big Daddy with a big clothesline after the GOC missed his attempted clothesline into the steel railing and down on the hardwood floor. The giant Primo Carnera left Candido laying outside the ring and threw a table into the ring. The Baldy DeVito set it up, but the Jackmaster recovered from a low blow, slammed DeVito, put him on a table, and climbed to the top rope. A dazed Big Daddy showed up, and that's why he's the most notorious manager in the business, jumping into the fray on the apron and grabbing Diamond's legs, who then punished Daddy with several forearm shivers and shots to the head. That's right. DeVito, seeing this, climbed up on the top rope, suplexed Diamond through the table. Candido broke up the attempt, only to find himself on the receiving end of a huge chokeslam from the giant Primo Carnera. Tammy Lynn, now up on the ring apron, Primo grabbed Diamond by the throat, attempting another chokeslam after he chokeslammed Chris Candido, but Sonny sprayed some sort of chemical. I believe I got some of it back then, pepper spray. The giant blinding the giant. Candido clipped the giant's legs from behind, and both Candido and Diamond covered him for the pin. Talk about getting screwed. Back then. That's for damn sure. Also on the card that night, the man they call Gilbert. Rich Myers, NEW heavyweight champion Roughhouse Ralph Mosca. Light heavyweight champion Juan Xavier. Rest in peace, John. Big Dave Vicious. Rest in peace, Big Dave. Kid USA, Sledge, Paul Adams. Rest in peace, Paul Adams. The Mighty Midgets and WWF stars, the Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young. We went out to dinner that night. Rest in peace, ladies. You see the theme here? Here we go. March 7th, 2000, WWF SmackDown at the Fleet Center in Boston, Massachusetts. Big Daddy seen exiting the super stretch limo in Beantown at a TV taping of SmackDown. After the event, two cool members, Rikishi Fatu and Grandmaster Sexay Brian Christopher, rest in peace, Brian, were having car trouble and bum rushed by hundreds of frenzied fans. As Boston's finest attempted to control the crowd, Too Cool was rescued by the Guardian of Chaos. and Mr. P as they pulled up in the stretch limo and whisked away the two superstars. All the WWF superstars showed up at Kowloon's. I love Kowloon's in Saugus. Unbelievable place. What a night that was. Talk about food. For a feast second to none at Kowloon's into the early morning hours. Yours truly, Big Daddy, was seen chilling with Rikishi, chatting with Lillian Garcia, chuckling with Ivory, raising the people's eyebrow with The Rock, sipping favorite beverages with Grandmaster Sexay, Chris Jericho, and the outrageous Dudley Boys. Also on hand to party at Kowloon's that night and hanging with the GOC, Test, rest in peace, Prince Albert, The King and the Cat, Edge and Christian. Can you smell what Big Daddy's cooking as we took the limo ride back from Boston to New York? Lillian, The Rock, what a night. The next night, well, actually, the week prior, February 26th, Northeast Wrestling at the Waterbury Armory. Over 2,000 fans jammed the Armory the night before the WWF pay-per-view No Way Out in Hartford, Connecticut, to witness several WWF superstars in action. In a mixed tag team match, the King, Jerry Lawler, with the Cat, Miss Kitty, teamed up to face Julio Fantastico and Miss Kara. The King and the Cat proved to be too much for the up-and-coming Fantastico and Kara. The cat fight between Kitty and Kara was a sight to behold. Puppies? Can someone say puppies? Too Cool member Rikishi Fatu and Ekmo Fatu, a.k.a. Umaga, led to the ring by Big Daddy. Reports say that they're settled their differences from the previous night, and we'll cover that at the Silk City Slam in Paterson, New Jersey. GOC, Rikishi, and Umaga rocked the house, who was Ekmo Fatu at the time, as the building swayed back and forth to the Too Cool theme. They squared off against former Seton Hall collegiate grapplers turned pro, the Haas brothers, Russ and Charlie Haas. Rest in peace, Russ. With the limp-wristed Purdy Curdy Adonis. Rikishi and Ekmo Umaga dominated the bout using clotheslines, body slams, splashes, sabat kicks, and the Rikishi butt wiggle splash and the stink face on both Haas brothers. On the outside, Big Daddy bum rushed Curdy with a big right hand, put the boots to him like only the Guardian of Chaos can. I love the boots. And then delivered a Samoan headbutt that floored the effervescent, effeminate one. Rikishi and Ekmo dropped the Rikishi driver on both brothers, the Haas brothers, for the pin and easy victory. Curdy jumped in the ring only to run into the 400-pound Rikishi, who punished him with a devastating choke slam, followed by Ekmo dropping the Rikishi bomb on the prone Purdy one. As the capacity crowd roared, Big Daddy handed Ekmo the Umaga, the yellow shades, who then placed them on Rikishi, and it was on Rikishi pumping and the fans clapping. Umaga, Big Daddy, side by side, arms crossed, heads down, doing the dance. Let's get jiggy with it. The Too Cool dance, what a night. Riding and popping the capacity crowd into a frenzy. In other action, Roughhouse Ralph Moscow won the heavyweight title in a #1 contenders match over Big Dave Vicious, who had earlier in the evening won a 20-man battle royal. WWF stars Moolah and Mae Young defeated Dirty Don Montoya and manager Paul Adams. Christian York pinned Joey Matthews. Xavier beat Lightning Mike Quackenbush for the light heavyweight title. In Quack's last pro match, Sledge over J.P. Black. Julio of La Raza pinned G.I. Johnny Graham. Also seen in the locker room was Impact player ECW Jason Knight and former WWF champion Mr. Bob Backlund, who showed up for an interview, much to the dismay of the fans. Now let's, as we're almost 30 minutes in here, and then we'll wrap it up, we'll go back to the previous night of Silk City Slam, where over 1,000 raucous and rowdy fans turned out to witness the action between WWF superstar Jerry the King Lawler and Cat over Julio Fantastico and Miss Kara as the previous night in Waterbury. What an unbelievable night that was, the Silk City Slam. And again, Lawler was guaranteeing no puppies. In a special feature match that rocked the house, the Guardian of Chaos led the Special Forces tag team unit of the Mercenaries, Corporal Punishment and G.I. Johnny Graham, against the WWF superstars, Too Cool member Rikishi and brother Ekmo, a.k.a. Umaga. The mercenaries and Big Daddy held their ground for a little while until Rikishi was tagged in. Rikishi tossed both mercenaries to opposite ring corners and slammed into each one ass first, and did the wiggle, the stink face, followed by some devastating clotheslines, and again that unbelievable Sabat kick and a crunching right to the face of Big Daddy that sent him reeling off the ring apron and into the crowd. Umaga picked up the smaller of the two mercenaries and delivered the Rikishi driver for the pin. As the ref counted 3, Big Daddy jumped in an attempt to break up with a forearm smash to the back of Rikishi of the Samoan Dynasty. Ekmo, a.k.a. Umaga, grabbed the Guardian of Chaos and knocked him senseless with a vicious headbutt. Rikishi dragged Daddy to the ring corner as the crowd roared, climbed up to the second rope, then the top rope, and pulled off the Rikishi bomb on the semi-conscious Big Daddy. Rikishi, Ekmo, and the ref danced. I think it was Dave Dwinell, as the mercenaries and Big Daddy were reeling. Fans, it's been one heck of an event. We're going to come back to cover more of the events from over 20 years ago at that timeline in my career. Thanks for being here on Chaos Corner. I'll say that to say this. Don't you dare miss it. This is the reality TV show of the Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy, at Chaos Corner.